It's kind of weird. I have to stream that way? I have to turn this frickin' iPad sideways. That's really strange. I don't know how much of a charge we have left. I'm gonna flip it around this way. This out of here. I sit on the couch and nurture my back because I got a bit of a sore back. Let's go here. There you go. You got a nice view. And I'm just kind of crashed out here. There we go. Peeking off from the side. Give you a living room view. This is what we see out of our living room window. Palms. Palms, 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 and more palms. It was a good day today, a really busy day. I went down to the beach and I hung out down there for a little bit. Went for a motorbike ride first. Actually, no, I went to cash in bottles at the recycle depot. And then I went for a motorbike ride. Made some chili too. Got home, made some chili. And then I took the dog down to the beach for a walk. Didn't I, Kahoo? There you go. That's a bit better. Hopefully that'll stay. Anyway, I'm just sitting back on the couch in the living room, relaxing. And Kahoo's at my feet, chewing on his little chew stick. Hope everybody had a good day out there. It is an awesome day here on the Gulf Islands in the North Pacific. And for those of you who don't know where we are, we're off the far southwest coast of British Columbia. And guess what? It's another beautiful day in paradise. Get up a little bit higher here. There we go. Anyway, if you're by, pop in and say hi. I'm Wendy's at a retreat for the next several days. She started the retreat yesterday and she's taxing people from the ferries to the retreat on the very south end of our island. People from all over the world, mostly the US, come to this retreat. So yeah, there's a famous author and a channeler. She's into channeling. The person she goes to see lives on this island. So she has retreats all over the world. And this year she's got a retreat going on right here on our island. So because Wendy's helping out at the retreat and she's selling some of her books there, Wendy has these really beautiful kind of calendar books she makes with her art in them. People are buying those. And like I say, she's a taxi service from people to and from ferry to the retreat. Anyway, it's nice in here. I don't have the fan going right now. I should actually have the fan going. It's pretty warm in here. But it's a beautiful day out there. It's around 73 degrees. Not too bad for this far north. And I did go for a swim today. I went across the street to the beach and I had a nice dip in the ocean. And it was very refreshing. And then I just sat out on the white crushed shells and relaxed. Hello from Hungary. Hey, Hungary. Good to have you in there, man. I hope all is well over in beautiful Hungary. You know what? My sister-in-law, when I had my ex-wife, her older brother was married to a Hungarian. And boy, did she ever cook good. She cooked very good food. Gotta like Hungarian food. And Hungarian people are very good people too. So hope all is well in beautiful Hungary. I'm on the Gulf Islands in the North Pacific here, off the far west coast, southwest coast of Canada, the Pacific coast of Canada. They call this area, I guess, out in the Pacific Rim, right? So that's where we're on the Gulf Islands, southern Gulf Islands off the far southwest coast of British Columbia. And I'm just kind of sitting back on the couch right now. And the dog, you want to see what the dog's doing? I'll show you. I'll show you what this dog's doing. Watch this. That's what the dog's doing. I'm talking to you guys, and this dog is licking my legs. Hey, Kahoo, must be the salt. You know, I showered after the swim in the ocean, but maybe there's still a residue of salt on my legs. Who knows? But yeah, he takes care of his owners, that little guy. He's a pretty cool little dog, isn't he? That's Kahoo. He's 9 years old. Or not 9 years old, he's 12 years old. He was born April 3rd, 2013. So he's a Yorkie Havanese cross, and I think there's something else in there too. Could be what's that little dog? Oh, there's another little furry dog, Pomeranian in there too, I think so. But he mostly looks kind of Yorkie-ish. He's a good little dog, aren't you, Kadu? Did you get treats? Yeah. You say that word and you went for a walk. His ears kind of go up. You guys like dogs? I love dogs. I like dogs more than most people I meet. That's what I always say. So this is one good dog that's looking after his owner. Right, Kahu? He's a cute little guy. And he actually swims too. What's he doing? What are you doing, buddy? Maybe I got a cut there or something. You know, they kind of hone in. If you got something wrong with you, dogs can actually hone in on that. That's my little doggy. No, we're not what the F. That's Kahu. He's licking my leg. That's what I'm showing the people. You know what I mean? They wanted to see what's going on. So I show you what's going on. Not what the F. That's a dog just licking a wound on my leg. I think it's a cut. I think I have a small there. And I was actually swimming earlier in the ocean. So probably maybe a little bit of residue of salt on there. I hope best you and your dog. Yeah, thanks, man. Gotta like dogs. Hey, he's going to be 13 years old his next birthday. He's already 12. So he made it. He surpassed 12 years old. And that's actually my wife's dog. But since I'm with my wife, I guess it's kind of like my dog too. She's the one that got it when we were dating. She got that dog. And the reason she got that dog because my son and his girlfriend got a dog. And we went over to see their puppy. And she asked me, she says, oh my God, that's the cutest puppy. Do people have any more? My dog turned 13 this year. Wow, that's awesome, Logan. 13. That is getting old. You know, when I was in Victoria the other day with Wendy, there was a dog a lady had, and I think it was like a Labradoodle or something, and it was like 16 years old because our dog was meeting all these other dogs in Chinatown. We're walking down the street, and I said, this dog is 12 years old, talking about Kahu. And they said, well, ours is 16. I go, wow. That's pretty cool. So yours is 13. Hey, Kahu, you can see the gray hair right there. Little gray hairs. Gray hair there. So he is old, but he does act like a puppy, don't you? Hey, Kahu, where's your treat? Hey, Kahu. There's got to be a cut there or something. Like I say, dogs can sense if there's something wrong and they just kind of hone in on it. Pretty smart, man. There's more gray hair there. See that? Gray hair there. And really old dogs usually get it around their face. My grandpa lived to be 17. Wow. I knew one dog. That's pretty old. If you times that by 7, because a dog in human years is 7 years. So that'd be well over 100 years old. I worked with a lady years ago. She had a Jack Russell. Guess what? 21 years old. Usually the smaller the dog, the longer they live. The bigger the dog, they don't live as long. I heard Great Danes only live to about 8 years. Probably why that's why I got a cut there. I'd never get a Great Dane because you get so attached to the thing, and then like less than a decade later, the thing's going to be kicking the bucket, and that sucks, man. Losing a dog sucks big time because I love dogs. You know, when I worked for the parks department, I always had dog treats in my truck, and all the dogs would come up to me because I had to change the doggy bags in the garbage in all the parks here on our island. And I remember one time I was changing the dog. Recently, the oldest dog in the world passed away, 1992. Yeah. I believe so. No, actually, I think there was actually an older one than that. Look up oldest dog. I think it was a German Shepherd, and I think it was in its maybe that's the one. So that would be 33. That might be the one, Logan. Was it a German Shepherd? You can Google it. What was the oldest record for the oldest dog? That might have been the one, I think, and I remember when it was on the news. So anyway, the dogs would all come up to me for treats, but I remember one time I was changing the doggy bags in one of the parks and the garbage, and the truck door was open in my parks department truck, and I turned around and there was a big dog sitting right in my driver's seat, and he wanted a treat. The only way to get him out of my truck was, well, I had to open up the back door of my truck, and I had to go in there and get my box of Milk-Bone dog biscuits and lure that dog out. It was kind of funny, actually, but yeah, I'm not afraid of dogs. Some people are afraid of dogs, and dogs can actually sense it, right? I'm not afraid of dogs. I like all dogs. Dogs are great. Man's best friend. You know the funny thing with dogs? You can be gone 5 minutes or an hour, and you come back, and they treat you exactly the same. They get super excited to see you. It's like, Where in the hell have you been? You've been gone forever, right, Kahoo? You do that. You get a treat? Hey, Kahoo. You're on camera, buddy. Kahoo, you're on film. He's super cute, this guy. So he gets groomed every 6 weeks. He only weighs 8 pounds. He's 8 pounds and he's hyperallergenic, so he doesn't shed. No fur comes off of this dog. So if you're allergic to dogs, you can have that dog. Hey, buddy, are you looking out for me? Does that with Wendy too. So I don't know. Maybe there's something wrong with my leg there and I don't know it, right? He's honed in on something. He doesn't want to leave that spot. Oh yeah, see there's a little cut there? Is that what it is? Who's there? What's that? Who's there? What do you hear? Look at his ears. Look at his ears. What's that? Who's there? Listen. Is there a raven? Is there a deer? Is there a deer? Got good ears, these guys, right? What's that? Who's out there? Is Mom there? Is Mom? Look at that face. And he's missing half his teeth too. He's had like 7 teeth pulled. And I think he's actually going to get some more pulled. Yorkies are notorious for bad teeth. Aren't you? And you won't let us brush your teeth. Never likes anybody sticking his fingers in. It looks like the oldest dog ever reared, Australian cat. 29, lived 1910 to 30, 29 years old. Wow. That's pretty old, dude. Hey, Kahoo, how old are you going to live to? He's pretty healthy, this guy. I mean, this guy could live to 15 easy or more. I bet this guy could probably live to 20. And he runs up and down the hallway. He's got lots of energy. And he hikes with me down to the beach. Hiked with me down to the beach today and you went for a swim, didn't you? Well, he got his legs wet. He didn't really go for a swim. He usually does go for a swim. Today he only went up to his legs. Your short little legs, right? You just wanted to hang out on the sand, right, Kahoo? Where's the kitty? Where's the cat? Where's Mom? Where's Mom? Mom's the word. That's what I call Wendy. Where's Mom? He loves Wendy. Hey, he always wants to be by Wendy. He's very protective of Wendy. If I get close to Wendy, he tries to attack me, don't you? Huh? But if Wendy gets close to me, you don't attack her, do you? Little brat. Kahoo. So his name is Kaho'olawe. Kaho'olawe. So you pronounce it Kaho'olawe. Kaho'olawe. It's a Hawaiian island. It's the smallest of 8 Hawaiian islands. So see that tattoo right there? Where is it? Right there. Okay, you see, not the big island, but see that one, see the biggest island there in the middle with, see those 4 islands? The tiniest little island in there, he's named after that island. Okay, the big island is Maui. That's Hawaii. The one beside it's Maui. The one just below it is Kaho'olawe. I like old men. You like old men? Well, are you an old lady if you like old men? I'm going to flip this thing around. You like old men. Okay. Well, you know what? Some people like old men. Some people like old women too. Some people like old dogs. I like everybody if they're nice. I like to be the way I treat people. So I treat people nice. If they treat me nice, I treat them nice back. If they treat me like a dick, then I don't treat them. I'm a man. And you like old men. How about that? Okay. Well, whatever turns your crank. I like women. That's what I like. I like women. All women are good. Some people some people like Bud Light. Not me, man. I don't like any of that crap. Since they put that weird dude on the front of it, that guy that dresses up like a girl. And I don't really drink beer much anyway, but I'd never drink it. I'm not into that, the way they promote that stuff. That's crap. So I wouldn't drink Bud Light just because of that. I'm not going to drink any of that elbows up crap either. You see the liberals in Canada, they put this elbows up on everything. I don't buy into any of that BS, right? Because I hate the liberal government. I just say it like it is. I don't have a filter. So you hate? No, I don't hate gay. I have a lot of gay friends. Lots of gay friends, but I don't know why they got to push it on people. You know what I mean? I have gay friends that are sick of that crap. So I have a ton of gay friends and they're awesome. I work with gay guys. They're awesome people. You know what? Everybody's blood is the same color, but don't be pushing stuff down our throat. I don't push the fact that we're straight. We don't have straight day parades. We don't need all that stuff, man. Everybody is equal. That's the way I see it. I don't care if you're gay, you're straight, you're black, you're yellow. Everybody's blood is the same color. We're all the same, man. That's the way I feel about things, right? Amen, right? That's exactly the way I feel. I have nothing against gay people or bisexual or whatever they are. Whatever turns them on, they're not hurting me. You know, it's the way the government pushes things on people. It gets kind of sickening after a while, right? You know, it'd be like the government pushing straight, straight days and straight this down everybody's face and throats. People get sick of it after a while. You know what I mean? I would get sick of it. I'm straight and I would totally get sick of it. Like, knock it off. Just treat everybody equally, right? We're all the same. We're all made the same. We're all born the same. We're all going to die the same, right? Most of them are awful. Yeah. Oh, Ozzy. Yeah. Rest in peace, Ozzy. You know what? I was really sad, man. I saw Ozzy 3 times in concert. He was my favorite front lead man, metal man. And the first time I saw Ozzy in concert was July 15th, 1981. And we won't all die the same. No, that's true. We won't all die the same. We're all going to die differently. Sorry. I didn't mean that. But we're all going to die. Did you? Yeah, I heard about Hulk Hogan too. You know, he was my favorite WWF wrestler. Back in the day, it was WWF. Uh, Hi, Walter White. Cooking. What were that? Oh, that was Breaking Bad. Do you think I look like Walter White? I don't know. Do I look like Walter White? So anyway, Hulk Hogan died. Yeah, he's 71. I don't know how he died. How did he die? Was it a heart attack? Ozzy, I know, had Parkinson's. So the first time I saw Ozzy was July 15th, 1981 in a small venue. Oh, thanks, Matt. You look like, yeah, most people say I look like Goldberg. That's what I always get that. Even when I go to the beaches on Maui, they say Goldberg. You know what I mean? I say, well, I like Goldberg. Goldberg was a good wrestler, right? Maybe, I don't know. Is that maybe more Goldberg right there and less maybe Walter White? Hey? Goldberg's a big boy. So anyway, the first time I saw Ozzy, we WWE, not Mighty Ducks, WWE, World Wrestling Entertainment. Yes, but God created Adam, Eve, not Adam. Exactly. You know it. That's what I tell people too. I ate a Tide Pod. What is a Tide Pod? Tide Pod? You probably, oh, I know what those are. Those are those cleaning things. So you got really clean breath now, right? So anyway, I saw Ozzy July 15th, 1981 with Motorhead in Kerrisdale Arena in Vancouver. So listen to this. I got my first speeding ticket on the way to that Ozzy Osbourne concert. I was 17. My buddy was in the seat beside me in the passenger seat. It tasted like a blueberry. I'm going to go grab some Tide Pods then. Sounds yummy. I'm sure my mom would have washed my mouth out with them when I was a kid if they were around. So anyway, I'm on my way to the Ozzy concert and I'm ripping to Vancouver down the Highway 99, which is that same highway in the States, which is I-5. And I'm heading northbound to Vancouver in my Nova. What would you do if you saw a Canadian goose in a park? Eating a Canadian goose in a park? Do you know how many Canadian geese we have here? I like Canadian geese, but they're messy. I used to actually have to scare them off the sports fields because the soccer players, for one thing, and then the people that walked around the track at the sports field were always complaining about goose dung, right? No, I saw a video where they actually killed a Canada goose and they were bringing it home to eat it. I just saw a video. It popped up on X because I'm on Twitter, right? I'm not on Facebook as much. I am on Facebook, but I try not to go in there as much just because it's way too censored. And I'm not saying X isn't censored, but I just watched that video about maybe 20 minutes ago where it was an East Indian family and they had a Canada goose. Well, I've eaten Canada goose before at the game dinner, at the Rod and Gun Club game dinner. I didn't kill it. I used to go to those things and eat the different foods. It was good. It was really, really good. So if it's eating grain, I think it's going to be good. But I mean, depends what the thing's been eating. It's like bear meat. I've eaten bear too. You go. Never. I'm totally straight, man. I'm married to a beautiful woman. I like women. Never catch me in one of those bathhouses. Sorry, bud. Wrong dude, man. Not me. Would never. Don't have any of those on our island either, thank God. 16 people killed or 100 injured tops. 16 people killed in Bangladesh. Wonder what happened. Just a news blurb came up on the screen there. So anyway, I could take this outside, but if I go outside, I'm too far from the router. So anyway, I'm going to get back to the story of my speeding ticket. The only speeding ticket I ever got. Top of the morning. Top of the morning, Jesse. Good to have you in there. I'm not completely sure how Hulk died. other than cardiac arrest. That's sad. He wasn't that old, man. Lived in Florida, and he was the ultimate wrestler, man. Hart, innocent. Is Carter Hart innocent? Oh, I'll have to tell Wendy that. Wendy's at a retreat on the south end of Salt Spring for the next 5 more days. So she gets in really late at night. She leaves early in the morning and she gets in really late at night. Last night, I think she got in at 10. And one of the B&B guests, she takes the ladies from Philadelphia. Isn't that funny? The B&B guests, one of them is from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Really nice lady. So Wendy drives her to the retreat. She's here for the retreat. And the other guy for the retreat was staying at the other comedy. He's from Bermuda. He says the best thing he ever did was get out of Canada and move to Bermuda. So he's in Bermuda. And he was there for 2 days. And then he checked out. And now we have a couple from Vancouver in there. And then they're checking out tomorrow. And the Bermuda guy is checking back in. Oprah just made a post on Instagram. I'm using Wendy's iPad right now. Oh, big deal. Why, thank God. Thank God. Praise the Lord, right? Read 92:12, Psalms 92:12. They all got not guilty and said unreal. Wow, so she lied. She was a complete liar. Thank God. So hopefully those guys can still play hockey, right? That's crazy. I mean, when people lie like that, that's just absolutely sickening. And you can totally screw up someone's life by doing that. You know, I look at my neighbor and big, like a bike gang. Well, you know what? I don't think we have any gang members here on this island. Thank God, because there are no. Why would I want them? Why would I want? Why would I want a gay bathhouse on our island? We don't need that. Just like we don't need. Just like you don't need. How do they say whore houses? Same thing. Why do we need a gay bathhouse? They probably have those in Vancouver. I live on a small island, dude, in the North Pacific. We don't have anything like that here. We don't even have effing traffic lights, okay? There's no traffic lights. There's none of that stuff that the city has. So what? Who cares? We don't need gay bathhouses, just like we don't need strip clubs here, and we don't need, how do you say, don't need the bunny rancher. Did you hear the 17-year-old Surrey kid? Well, I missed that one. I missed it. The things go up so fast. They go up so fast, the comments in here. If you want gay bathhouse, go to Vancouver. I'm sure they got lots of them there. There's no room for them here in our little town. Where would they put one anyway? You don't need gays on your, we have lots of gays on our island. You have no idea how many gays live on this island, dude. Lots of them. We have a lot of gay people, and a lot of them own businesses too. Matter of fact, a lot of them are very wealthy businessmen on this island. We don't need. Yeah, no, we don't need any of that. Exactly. I just hate when people start talking crap like that. I don't know why it annoys me. It kind of makes my blood boil a little bit, because that's not what this is about. You need bathhouses? Why do we need bathhouses? Actually, I tell you what, we have a swimming pool with showers. So if you're gay and you want to go to a bathhouse, we actually have a public swimming pool, and they have hot tubs in there. I think there's actually 2 nice hot tubs. So you can go there with your friends and hang out in the hot tub. What time is it over there, sir? It is 6:35 p.m. Pacific time. 6:35 Pacific time here on the Gulf Islands. So we're Pacific Coast time, same as Los Angeles. Yeah, so if you want a bathhouse, hey, I'll tell you something. We have a pool called Rainbow Pool on Rainbow Road. So if you want, we don't have a bathhouse, but we got Rainbow Pool if you like rainbows, and there's hot tubs in there, so it's kind of like a bathhouse. You know what I mean? It's only probably about $6 to get in. So if you visit our island, you can go to Rainbow Pool on Rainbow Road. I was actually there today shooting a video of the gardens because I planted palm trees there. I'm in Iran. Cool. Iran. That's pretty cool. 5:06 a.m. there. Oh, that's pretty cool. Hello, Iran. Hope all is well in Iran. I think they have palm trees in Iran. There's date palms there. All neighbors love gays. You want. Yeah. Well, we have lots of them on our island. He seems like. It probably is. Could be. Nothing surprises me, Jesse. I'm sure it is. Right? You know what I mean? I don't know why, like, this isn't about gays. You know what I mean? We're not talking really about gays, but he's talking about gay. So whatever makes him happy, I guess. Why don't we talk about palm trees? You know what I did yesterday? I harvested a whole bunch of palm seed. Did the gays tell you they got? they gay? So yesterday I harvested a ton of palm seeds. So beginning of July, I went to this garden down by the ocean, and I said to the lady, I said, there's one. She says these two palm trees are about 25 feet tall, and she says, Joe, I don't like all the dead fronds hanging off that palm tree. I'm thinking on getting it cut down. I says, you can't get that. You know who is gay? I don't know who is gay, Ronald. You must be gay. You keep talking about it. Do you know where I can get seeds for free? Vancouver, man. Go to Vancouver, to Beach Avenue. There is tons of seeds on those palm trees there, even Tsawwassen. But go to Beach Avenue, Jesse. Lots of them. Tsawwassen there will be. I'm just trying to think if there's, I don't think there's any streets planted with palms out in your area. But Vancouver. There's lots of gays on our island, Ronald. Tons of gays. There's gays everywhere. Dude, there's gays worldwide. You know what I mean? You love gays. You must love gays. You keep talking about it. I like everybody equally. I don't love one person more than the other. You know what I mean? I have lots of gay friends and they're super good people. Matter of fact, one of the dudes I work with is gay and he's freaking awesome, dude. Yeah. So anyway, so go to Beach Avenue. I asked his boyfriend. So anyway, yeah, Beach Avenue, there should be a ton of them, but you got to get them. How seeds are not the yellow stuff hanging. Get the black ones. I took black ones. You can see my video. Go to Banana JSSI. Go to my regular YouTube channel, and you can actually see me harvesting the seeds. I'm going to put this pillow behind me. It's hard in the back. Yeah, so you asked all gays on the island. Are you Ronald McDonald? So there's going to be a clown in here, hey? So, yeah, the ones I harvested were black. So the deal was, I told her, you clairvoyant, sometimes I am. You got bad economy and warm weather soon. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Canada sucks because of the Liberals, right? Where I live on this island is pretty good, though. It seems like we're a million miles away from the BS, but unfortunately, we're still part of Canada. That's the problem. And we got the Liberals running the show here, and they're bad news, man. And NDP running our province, just as bad. NDP equals communism. So does Liberal. And I'm anti-commie. So the seeds I harvested, I probably harvested 50 pounds. You got bad in cold weather. We got bad. Yeah, in cold. Yeah, winter weather is, well, it's wet here. Could be worse. Oh, Iran? Really? Is it bad economy? Here, I'll flip this around for you. There you go. There's a better view for you. Look at that. Out into the South Slope, Exotica. Dog's barking out there now at something. There might be ravens. So there's seeds forming on that one right there. That's a female. It's a big female palm with really stiff fronds. Worst in the world? Really? Iran is? I had no idea. I didn't think. Isn't there like a lot of oil there? I thought Iran had a lot of oil. I mean, I could be wrong. That's what I always pictured Iran. Lots of oil. Do you have a favorite palm you own? Yeah. You know what? I think it's my Trithronyx. I'm going to show you something. Hopefully this doesn't die. And for the longest time, I thought it was actually a Serenal repens, a saw palmetto. I grew it from seed. But this one right here, this is one tough palm. And I love needle palms too. Look at that palm. This is called that tree is a gay. Whatever. See this thing? They call it the South American needle palm because on the tips of these fronds, there's like these little needles and they're super pointy and sharp. So I actually misidentified that for the longest time. That is a Trithronyx campestris. So it's quite cold hardy, I think down to about minus 10 degrees Celsius or so. And it's liking the heat here. Really super stiff fronds. Every time I walk past it, I jab myself. I mean, windmill palms are beautiful too. Look at those. Absolutely beautiful. But I also like, and this is a pretty rare cycad too. Where do you get them all from? I grew those from seed. Yeah, we got a dictatorship. Oh, no way. You have a dictatorship too. Oh, that's no good. We kind of have that here in Canada. Those I grew from seed. Most of them I grew from seed here, Jesse. That I grew from seed. Those I grew from seed. Those are date palms, Phoenix canariensis. -10. Yeah, in a bad winter, like it depends on the length of the freeze too, right? So close to -10 degrees Celsius, which is pretty hardy. Look that up. This one here I had in the ground for probably 8 or 9 years, and I finally took it out because it was not doing good. The slugs kept eating the new fronds, and it was just too dry in the ground, too much root competition. So Cycas panchuensis, that's a rare one from Yunnan province in China. This one I had in the ground too, and I was pretty much going to declare it dead, so I dug it out, potted it up. Now it's regrowing. So this palm right here, here's another beauty. This is another one of my favorites, and we got some beautiful ones in the ground. This is called a Rapidophyllum hystrix. This is the most cold-tolerant palm on the face of the earth, right there. That's called a needle palm. And the reason they call it a needle palm, I can get in here, Wendy's got these bloody wire vines in here. If you look on the trunk closely, you'll see spines, without jabbing myself. See these spines? There's spines on the trunk like a porcupine. So it's called a needle palm. So that's the most cold tolerant palm tree. Another Phoenix canariensis. Do regular do better in the ground or pot? Either way. But the problem is when they're in pots, they're less cold tolerant. So if you get a bad freeze and they're in the pot, and the pot freeze is solid, well, most often you're going to kiss your palm tree goodbye. So yeah, the figs are doing really good. Got to harvest those before the raccoons harvest them. And then eucalyptus, there's lots of palms down there. So many palms. One of my favorites getting really tall, right 4 feet. Oh, cool. Oh, that's awesome, Logan. So it's thriving. Here's some windmill palms here. And then there's lots of fatsia trees. These are big fatsia trees. And then eucalyptus, another eucalyptus down there, but that one's self-seeded. There used to be another one over there, but the rabbit got in and ate it when it was small. So that is naturalized. And then there's a China fir beside it right there. And then these are all, those are Trachycarpus palms. There's tons of seedlings underneath them too. And then there's olive trees down there. You can see, oh man, it's hard to see them. There's an olive tree there. And then there's an olive tree there. And, oh, is that, just a minute? No, there's an olive tree there. Olive tree there too. And in the back there, you can see the Fargesia robusta. Gays play in trees. I'm sure they do. So there's the Fargesia robusta bamboo, and then there's a Taxodium distichum swamp cypress behind it, a bald cypress. That's loquat tree right there, big one. And then there's lots of bamboo beside it. And then I'll show you over here. There's a Trachycarpus wagnerianus. That's actually a really nice palm too. Trachycarpus wagnerianus. It's the seeds